let's go to Wanda Sykes going after Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity and see the outrage caused by these comments. Here we go.
Rush Limbaugh, one of your big critics. Boy, Rush Limbaugh said he hopes this administration fails. You know, so you're saying, I hope America fails. You're like, I don't care about people losing their homes or jobs or our soldiers in Iraq. He just wants the country to fail. To me, that's treason. He's not saying anything differently than what Osama bin Laden is saying. You know, you might want to look into this, sir, because I think maybe Rush Limbaugh was the 20th hijacker, but he was just so strung out on Oxycontin he missed his flight. Too much? Okay. But you're laughing inside. I know you're laughing inside. Rush Limbaugh, I hope the country fails. I hope his kidneys fail. How about that? He needs a good waterboarding. That's what he needs. Sean Hannity said he was going to get waterboarded for charity for armed forces. He hasn't done it yet, I see. You know, talking about he can take a waterboard. Please. Yeah, okay, yeah, you may want to get waterboarded by someone you know or trust, but, you know, let somebody from Pakistan waterboard. Keith Olbermann, let Keith Olbermann waterboard him. He can't take a waterboard. I can break Sean Hannity just by giving him a middle seat in coach.
You know, of all those, I thought the middle seat joke was the best one. So, you know, look, as soon as I saw her make those comments, I was like, oh, we're going to have trouble. And I immediately looked to see if Obama was smiling or laughing, because I know that's where the conservatives were going. And of course, today they're like, oh, you want to smile and laugh while there's a 9/11 joke. Huh. And then the White House had to was asked during a press conference, Gibbs had to say, you know, 9/11 is nothing to joke around about. It's a very serious topic. I haven't talked to the president about whether he was smiling or not, but, you know, that this a joke that should not have been made. This happens every year. They invite a comedian, and the comedian tells jokes, and then they all get bent out of shape. Like, how can you tell jokes at the White House Correspondents' Dinner? But that's what you hired me to do. And does comedians sometimes go outside the bounds? Of course! They're comedians! That's what they're paid to do. Now look, I didn't love the kidney joke. I don't like joking around about people dying, right? But that's her, okay, so she went a little out of bounds. You don't have to scrutinize who in the room laughed, who in the room booed. It's a comedian, and if there was a right-wing comedian and he went out of bounds, I might say, look, I don't like it, I think it's not that funny. But I'm not going to get into their business about whether they should have or shouldn't and how people should have reacted. You know, the treason, that was a little tough on Rush, but, you know, not outside the bounds. Comparing him to bin Laden, I probably wouldn't have gone there. 20th hijacker, the OxyContin line was funny, okay? My main issue is that I wouldn't have done the kidney joke. That's the only thing where I thought it was a little too much.
Why?
Because it sounds like when Howard Stern, and I like Stern overall, but when he goes and starts rooting for people to die, he does that whole shtick where he's like, I hope they die. I hope they die a terrible death. I hope they get cancer. I'm like, it's just, all right. I don't know why, but it makes me uncomfortable. So,
I mean, if only refers to someone dying, is Rush Limbaugh dying of kidney failure? I mean, it's only when it's insensitive to make fun of something that's actually happening to somebody.
I mean, if he keeps going on that OxyContin, I don't know what happens. Does that affect your kidney? I don't know. But, all right, let's go to the TYT Supreme Court. Wanda Sykes, guilty or not guilty? And then we'll go to second decision, Obama guilty or not guilty of kind of smiling during it. Go, JR.
I think I stand on the side. Comedy's comedy, man. I don't care.
All right, Chief Justice Godoy.
Yeah, not guilty at all.
Not guilty, both of them.
I think Limbaugh does things in a worse way, and he's serious about it. He's not even joking, so.
Yeah.
No, not guilty.
Okay, we have a very clear not guilty from the TYT Supreme Court. Now, you're going to be shocked to find out that conservatives did not see it that way. Amanda Carpenter is going to be on CNN here with Howard Kurtz hosting. Joe Klein is also going to be on there debating with her. So let's go to clip number 3 here and find out how conservatives are reacting.
But and you just hang out.
Wanda Sykes, the comedian who followed the president, told this joke that got some groans in the room. She said that she accused Rush Limbaugh of treason, and she said, I think maybe Rush Limbaugh was the 20th hijacker, but he was just strung out on OxyContin and missed his flight. Does that go way, way over the comedic line?
I think it does. I mean, there is willingness for these jokes to be a little saucy at these dinners. I think that would have the line. I think the joke that she told about Sarah Palin and Todd Palin's sex life was inappropriate. I think the inference that she had to Barack Obama's race at a certain point was also inappropriate. Overall,
she talked about if he was successful, he'd be seen as an African-American president. If not, he'd be seen as some half-white guy.
Yes. I thought that was over the line as well.
Comedy is by definition inappropriate. I mean, this is just comedy. And we're talking about a guy in Rush Limbaugh who is inappropriate. Half the time I hear him on the radio.
The White House Correspondents'
But
Dinner
he describes himself as an entertainer. Wanda Sykes, entertainer. This is entertainment.
But would you hold up Rush Limbaugh at the same dinner to tell those jokes?
I really think that it goes to context. Everyone in the room is aware of the bigger picture here, the history. I think that if you deliver a monologue, a toothless monologue, without reference to context, then it means nothing.
I think she could have done a fine job that was in better taste.
Speaking of dinners.
So could Rush. Yeah. He could be in a lot better taste on a
he's
daily basis
in
which he's delivering misinformation, lies to a large audience in America. That is far more serious than telling a couple of jokes at a banquet.
Well, lies is a strong word, but we'll come back to that another time.
God, the Washington media kill me, man. Howard Kurtz is a perfect example of that. I mean, Rush Limbaugh telling lies, that's kind of a strong word. Rush Limbaugh takes a 2x4 every day to people and lies facts. Who gives a damn, right? But saying that Rush Limbaugh from time to time lies, this is kind of strong. I don't know. Back up, Joe. And Joe Klein making the same point as Chief Justice Godoy here, basically saying, wait. Amanda Carper's like, that was Rush Limbaugh. It was not at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. No, but it's not a serious thing. The whole point of the White House Correspondents' Dinner is to make jokes. It's a comedian at a banquet, whereas Rush Limbaugh is serious. So his lies and his absurdity is 10 times worse. So on that, there is no dispute.